Alrighty, we are live and in living color. Welcome to another fantastic episode of This Week in Reselling, where we interview special guests each and every week from different walks of life in the reselling world. Here we'll discuss the highs and lows in reselling and dive into great conversation. We are positive that you're going to hear something that's going to help you become a better reseller. I'm your host, Ray, or not, exactly. I am your host, Ray, and I am joined with our guest, because my co-host, he's MIA right now. I don't know what Dustin is doing, but I am joined with my guest today, Sonny, Las Vegas. Sonny, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing pretty awesomeness. Can't complain.
Awesomeness. That's awesome, dude.
That's how good awesome.
I'm doing. Sonny, we wanted to have you on our show just because I feel like there's like this weird like kinship. I don't know, maybe you're we're like connected somehow. We're cousins. We're cousins down the road. So but Sonny, for people that may not know you in the chat, could you just give us a little bit like a brief history of Sonny Las Vegas? Who is Sonny Las Vegas? Just keep it real, keep it like a Cliff Note version. Like if there was a Sonny Las Vegas, what's that?
My lives are more like journals.
I know. But if Sonny is, if he finally wrote a biography, a three book biography, you turn the back of the book over just to kind of read, what would it say on the back of the book?
It would say, "This man is freaking awesome and you missed out on him." That's what it would say. But it would also give a story about how I grew up poor, not to dive into like, oh, boohoo me, because we all have hardships and fight our own battles, no matter how old you get. But I think because of the way I grew up poor to where I am now and afford to live the way, like, I guess I'm trying to catch up to like the childhood I didn't have. Mm-hmm. And it's working out in my marriage. So I guess I just got to keep her intoxicated. So that's pretty much in short, like how my life is. It's good.
Okay, nice. I appreciate you sharing that, Sonny. And like always, I'm in the same boat, dude. Like we're all trying to catch up and relive the things that we never got to experience when we were kids. So let's say hi to some people in the chat. We have our first person, Adam Exploits. He says, "Hi, Ray, Dustin, and Sonny. Good to see you, Adam." Yeah. And we have Paul, the Philly Flipper says, "Hey, has it always been 9:30? Paul, come on, man. You were on the show. And it was on 9:30.
So, and he was on the show.
Yeah.
Paul's a busy guy.
Paul is a very busy guy. Sonny says he's been waiting backstage since 5:50, and I've just been hanging out in the kitchen, cutting up with my wife, and he's been here just listening to me do all kinds of crazy stuff. So I appreciate True story. So we have Kristen, the Rule Squirrel, says, "I'm so excited for this. All of my favorite guys."
Oh my gosh, guys.
How was Sonny? I know you have, for the people that don't know, you have a reselling YouTube channel, right?
Yes.
And one of the things you got to experience is going to the bins with Miss Kristen, a Rule Squirrel. How was that?
I don't want to talk about it because I lost.
Oh.
Next question. I'm just joking. Kristen's amazing. It's one of those things I talked about when I came from my 9-to-5 per se up to say, hey, I'm going to be a full-time reseller. That I would tell people I want to meet other resellers. I want to meet also entrepreneurs, not just resellers. I want to go out. I've been living a life of security for like 4 years, and I missed out on a lot of things. I couldn't do yard sales, garage sales on weekends. And the more I talked about it, the more I was like, and sharing myself online and supporting people is not just, hey, I'm online and they find you. You got to find people. And then that's how they discover you, by you putting your face out there and your name. And Kristen was one I was really surprised for anybody to reach out and say, hey, you want to meet up? And I'm like, what? Like me? Like, and I talked to my dad today. I'm 41 years old. And
you're young.
I was talking to my dad today, and I'm like, yeah, people were asking like for me to go on live. He's like, yeah, I've been seeing you on YouTube. He doesn't leave comments, but it's just like, that's cool that my own dad watches and keeps up. And he's like, yeah, I saw Tommy Bernard on that channel, and I had to go back to Tommy's my live with them because I was like, shit, I hope I didn't say nothing bad, because we used to bump heads, but for the most part we keep it real, and we're close and we're tight now. So yeah,
nice.
But with Kristen, I was pretty excited, and I invited people from here in Vegas, and I'm glad Mikey was able to make it. Mikey Bags of Money, and they got to meet each other too. It was really fun.
Nice. That's awesome, dude. And
what's up, Dustin?
What's up,
Dustin?
Dude?
Our co-host Dustin is here in the flesh.
And this is our special guest, Dustin. I'm the co-host.
Dogs are barking.
Right, Dustin. Yeah. Hey, if Dustin can never make it, Sonny, you're next in line, man.
Yep.
Hey,
you can jump on and be our
count
co-host.
me in, broskies.
There we go.
Yeah. So, Sonny, could you tell us a little bit about your YouTube channel? Like, what are you trying to do on your YouTube channel? Your reselling journey. I know that you have a couple live shows, so let's talk a little bit into that. And we have something that we want to open on camera. Because you do have a certain show, so we'll go ahead and break the seal on that. Because we want to celebrate everything that is sunny Las Vegas.
Yes, sir.
What's up, Betty Boo? So on Thursdays I do Thirsty Thursdays, and then this recent Thursday that just passed, I don't think I mentioned Thirsty Thursdays, only because like for weeks now, because I've been doing it so much that people are only remembering Thirsty Thursdays and Sonny drinks, and in the comments people were like, hey, he's probably buzzed right now or drunk, and I'm like, I just go with it. I don't get butthurt because it's funny and people are recognizing me regardless, and what I started hearing more and more of it, I was like, that's also not a good thing. It's good and bad. So I'm like, I need to get back to sharing more stuff, like actual content, and not just, hey, we're resellers and hanging out, because people are easily swayed that way to, hey, this is what he does. He drinks on Thursdays, even though it's like, hey, we're resellers and we drink, or if people do drink on my live shows. But I started listening to this stuff, and that's one thing I'm very in tune with, like things coming in, and my wheels are always turning, like we talked about behind the scenes earlier. And I was just like, I need to lure people back in. So if they talk about me, it's like, hey, he's hopefully an awesomeness reseller, and you should check him out. And I do want to bring up the first person that commented, Christian the Rural Squirrel, Dan. He was another one, and then there was one more person. I think Johnny recommended me to Scott, who had said up here the first comment to Adam, if I would be on his show, and he reached out, and I'll be on his show Wednesday. So
nice.
It's
Adam has a great show
that we're in, and I think it's pretty cool that people would think of me to recommend me. And I do the same thing for people. If you haven't seen my videos, if I learn something or something pops in my head, I always give credit where credit's due, no matter how small or big it is, because a lot of people don't do that, and I've seen it firsthand. So that's just the way I am.
Nice. I like that. Well, in honor of Thirsty Thursdays, because we all are consenting adults, I went ahead and went to my local place where I like to purchase adult beverages. And I have here two of my favorite things is IPAs and wrestling. So we have here
wrestling
Steve Austin's Broken Skull IPA.
Oh, wow.
I was looking for the new one.
That's a tall boy.
The American Lager, and I couldn't find it. So we're going to go with the IPA. So salute to you.
Dustin, Sonny? Got a monster?
What do you got?
What is that?
You're muted, Dustin.
Oh, he must have tapped it.
My dog was drinking water, so that can get annoying. We got a Terrapin Hopsecutioner IPA. Over here.
And I do not have an IPA. I did not get the memo, but I have some Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey, and these are pretty good. I've had them. It's my second time buying them. They're like limited, and I got that plug. I don't think they have any more now.
Okay,
that's unfortunate because I would go buy some tomorrow.
Yeah. Have you been to Lynchburg? Hey,
cheers
to everyone in the chat.
Yeah, cheers to y'all too.
Have you been to Lynchburg, Tennessee, to the Jack Daniel's distillery at all, Sonny?
No, my commute is like 15 miles out from where I live. I don't travel too much, even here in Vegas, unless we were actually traveling, flying. And Adam, that water and coffee does work. Anything you could share with, even if it's imaginary.
Yeah, cheer. That's right. Cheer. when we ever have our Nashville meetup, hopefully Sonny can be one of our special guests, and we can all take a trip down to Lynchburg.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Do it.
So, all right, let's say some more hi to some more people in the chat. We have Marie. What's going on, Marie? Good to see you.
Marie P.
One of the OGs as well.
Yes.
And let's see here. And we have Betty Boot. What's going on, Betty Boot? Good to see you as well. And we have Alan. Good to see you, Alan. Alan, let me know if are you still going to the bin store? I'm curious to know what your finds have been.
So, I haven't been lately, but I do want to go only because I want to be tighter on money, and I have time, and that's one of the big things that I didn't have before. And now that I have time, I could afford to be at the bins pretty much nearly all day while they're open and stretch $1 far. You know, if you follow Marcus Dixon Pickens, Little Squirrel Kristen's another one. Who is it? Dante, Prison of Profits. Like they're making bank from bins, and sorry y'all, like Amazon bins. There's some here, but they're kind of far from where I live. But I do want to start going to them now. Is just the process of like married life, priorities at home, and then it's like, okay, everything afterwards. I got to do my side of my ordeal of reselling full time.
Okay, nice. Now, Paul, the Philly Flipper says, I thought it was 9, LOL, but I've been waiting 4 or 5 minutes to see the sexy man from Las Vegas. So what do you think about that?
You know, I was born this way, so kind of used to it.
Nice. Okay. You beat him off with a stick.
You know what's funny is that growing up, not that Paul's hitting on me. Paul's freaking awesome. But I always get hit on by guys, and it's kind of like, oh no, I'm cool, I'm straight. You know, like you learn not to get an attitude from it, and they're like, oh yeah, you are, and I'm like, hold on, let me ask myself real quick. Am I straight? Yeah, I'm straight. Yeah, I'm straight. And they start looking at you crazy, like, oh, never mind. I don't want to talk to you.
So I just want to make sure.
You learn how to have fun with stuff, you know, and not take it so personal. The older you get, I guess, or experiences that you encounter.
Gosh. Kristen wants to know, no 805, Sonny.
No, but if y'all saw my recent video, I was waiting till I meet up with Mikey because he did hook us up with 805s at the bins. If y'all didn't see that video, it's pretty awesome when all the trio of us got to meet up. And I've been trying to find an 805 hat, and I found one in the recent garage.
I saw that. I was watching it before we came on, so I need to finish it for sure. Paul saying, Ray, I'm disappointed you should drink the Stone Cold style and smash the two together. That was behind the scenes, Paul. You missed the behind the scenes. That's extra. That's the Patreon. That's the OnlyFans. You know, that's all of it. And speaking of, you know, last week we received a ton of super chats, which we greatly appreciate it. And all the super chats are actually going to go towards Dustin and I purchasing a minivan for all of our reselling adventures. We don't know the name for the minivan at all. So, and I actually, Sonny, today I worked on a little video of Dustin test driving a minivan. And if you guys, you know, if you want to see it, you know, drop down a super chat or whatever. So when we get a super chat, we'll play the video of Dustin test driving. It was going a little fast. I was in the passenger seat. I got a little scared. I'm not gonna lie. So we'll show you that footage, you know, once someone drops a super chat. So
yeah, I watched Fast and Furious a little before to get me ready.
Yeah, it was intense.
My juices flowing. It was fun.
It was a little intense.
Anderson.
Kristen says, cheers with my herbal tea. Hey, I love me some tea.
I like herbal tea too.
Yeah, my wife's a big tea connoisseur. She loves tea. So, oh man, here we go. Here, little tree air fresheners. So let's go.
Are they the green ones or blue ones?
Oh, black ice, man. We only do black ice, baby.
You gotta have the windows down with black ice.
All right, let's play the video. Here we go, Dustin. Here's the footage. Oh,
That's great.
Paul,
That's great.
Super chat. We really do appreciate it. And I hope they enjoy that little video. So every time someone puts down a little super chat, we'll make sure to do that video. Or you have a choice. You can either do the Ric Flair or the Van video, whichever one tickles your fancy.
Options are always good.
If you haven't seen the Ric Flair one, well, you know what you need to do. So we have Carla Zona says, hi, so happy I found a live you watch while listening and cooking. Hey, Sonny, Carla from Vegas.
Carla from Vegas. Hi, Carla with the C from Vegas. My wife is named Carla, but it's with the K. And we are also in Vegas.
Nice.
Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Paul, there you go. Haters gonna say it's photoshopped. So
not. We did it today. Trust me.
Carla, I do want to ask, what are you cooking?
Oh, Sonny, you're a big foodie connoisseur like myself. Is that facts or am I making that up?
That is facts. Yes.
Okay. So I know we're gonna get to our overrated, underrated portion of the show.
Ooh.
But before we get into that, Sonny, what are Sonny's top 3 dishes that he either likes to make or likes to eat?
I think my favorite thing are cold sandwiches. It's always my go-to, and I gotta have chips. I can't have sandwiches without chips. It's either Ruffles Original or is regular Lay's. Either one, and I've been doing that for years. And
are you the chips inside the sandwich kind of guy?
That's when you start getting closer towards the end of the bag. You know, that little a little bit. And if there's a few big ones, and you crush them, and you throw them in there, and you got to scoop them with your hand. You know, like finger food chips. And then you said 3, 2 of them. The second one, I would go with sushi. I like nigiri. I like the raw. And out of that one would be the tuna. And it has to have that little sauce on it with the little rice. And I could eat those all day. And then third would probably be something fried and crunchy. Doesn't matter what.
Like, we talking like catfish, fried chicken,
spam, spam katsu. Yeah.
Okay. Now I know that you recently took a trip to New Orleans. How was the New Orleans food?
It was amazing. Unfortunately, my wife, it was too spicy for her, even though she asked, like, hey, because here in Vegas, the crawfish, they're like bland, medium heat or hot, right? And over there, they're like, no, it's just one way, and it's the Creole way. So when my wife asked her, like, no, it's regular. And it's when she tried it, she was like, babe, I can't eat this. And I was like, I'll eat it. So I ended up eating it. But there was some places where it wasn't too spicy, and she chowed down on it. But I loved it. I had a video of that too, of all the food that we're eating. Just about people were probably getting.
I saw it, man, and I was like, man, that looks amazing.
Yeah, it's making my mouth water.
Yeah. So Carla is saying that she is making chicken fajitas with some pinto beans.
Oof.
So that sounds really good.
That's good.
So that's right up my alley.
Yeah. Did you have y'all Dustin, you or Dustin ever have to separate the pinto beans to put in a crock pot? That's a process. I miss doing that with my grandma's.
Well, like make sure there's no like any pebbles or anything in the pinto beans.
The broken ones. You gotta pick the good ones.
Yeah. Dustin's probably never had to do that, but
no.
It's cool. It's a cool process. You know, when you're young, you're like, man, this sucks. But when you get over, you're like, man, I wish I had more moments like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, all right. So, Sonny, I know that you're familiar with the show. So, for the people that are new to the show this week in reselling, we like to play a little segment, a little game we call Overrated, Underrated, where we're going to give you 10 different subjects, and you're going to let us know, in your opinion, if they're overrated or underrated. 5 having to be reselling related, 5 having not to be anything reselling related. Are you ready?
I don't think I have a choice.
That is facts, like the kids like to say. So facts. So, but before we get into that, Sonny, we do want to give a shout out to the sponsor of the podcast, and that's none other than our good friends at poppingofftoys.com, the leading provider in anything Funko. Sonny, I know that you collect some Funko Pops. I can see them over your right shoulder. I don't know if you're getting rid of them or starting to collect more of them, but if you ever want to buy more, that's a good. Is that Manny Pacquiao?
Yeah,
dude, that's a good one. Dude, you got some good ones.
Dang.
What is the Manny going for right now?
I don't know. You know what? It'll probably go up because he's going for president in the Philippines.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a couple hundred, if not 3 right now, to be honest.
Maybe I haven't looked in probably, who knows, half a year, about 6 months.
That's an old one. So, but if you guys are still collecting and you want to collect more Funko Pops or Funko Sodas, go over to poppingofftoys.com and use the code Nashville Flippers, and you're going to receive 10% off your entire order at poppingofftoys.com. So, what would you say is your favorite Funko Pop, Sonny, in your collection?
I think Splinter. I got the Splinter when it came out. I have that on the side along with the turtles that came out with it, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Nice. Have you seen what Funko is doing with their NFTs?
No, I haven't.
So Funko has these NFT packs, right? So you purchase an NFT pack, kind of like a card pack, right? Like your baseball cards or basketball cards or Pokemon cards. It costs whatever it costs, whatever. You rip it open and you have commons, rares, super rares, and crazy rares, right? The crazy rares, if you get one of those, they send you a physical Funko for that card.
Ooh.
So there's a Master Splinter NFT, and the Funko Pop is super sick.
Damn. People are telling me I need to get into NFTs because I do graphic designs and stuff. I haven't looked into it. Like, I don't want to overwhelm myself. Like I tell people, it's kind of like my repeated saying, but I will eventually, and I'm okay with waiting with that to do some. And then, but because of what you just said, with the Funkos buying that illustration and then getting something from it physically, I'm more of that type of person, having something I could hold and see and touch and admire. I'm interested in that kind of stuff. So
that's cool, right? Like that is cool. I think that's really the way that they're doing it is. I'm like, okay, I can do that, because I'm in the same boat. I'm like, I don't know about this whole NFT thing. So,
Dustin, do you have Funkos?
I got some in the garage where my office is.
Yeah. What's your favorite Funko?
That's a tough question.
You're like, I got to think about it.
And I got to go with my MJ one that Ray got me. That one's the North Carolina one.
North Carolina one.
Ooh, nice.
Dustin's a big North Carolina fan.
Yeah, I was in a ball last week. Cried for a little bit. It's okay.
Of them losing. You watch basketball, Sonny?
Not recently. I don't follow it unless I'm at somebody's house and they're watching. Then I'll watch, but I don't follow it.
Okay. I wanted to show you. This is some examples here, Sonny. So the NFT card is on the left, and then this is the vinyl Funko that you get.
I like the boxes.
Yeah. Isn't that pretty cool?
That is cool.
Look at this Casey
Jones.
I would
want that Bebop just because it's Bebop.
Yeah. It's pretty. It's super dope. So I think that's cool. I think that what they're doing right there is pretty neat. And I don't know a lot about NFTs, but Sonny, yeah, you need to design. Let's just make a reselling NFT. Like each reseller gets their own NFTs, and you just sell them. You can make an NFT.
That would be too much of a headache.
Huh?
Dude, I've had people say, "Hey, can you do a design of me a character, right?" And make some T-shirts. And I used to have a clothing brand, so I kind of am familiar with how majority of people are. It's gonna be, "Oh, you're doing good. Where's my cut?" And I was like, "Well, there was no cut because I had it at the minimum just to promote your name, and I had to buy supplies and do everything else, and the time that takes to do this stuff. And the programs from Adobe for me monthly is like $54 a month, but it's just it becomes a headache when it becomes money. So I tend to stay away from that unless it's hey, I do a design and share it, and they're like, hey, whatever you want to do with it, do it. But I don't try to do it out of profit. It's more of promotion and branding.
Yeah. Okay, nice.
Keeping it simple.
All right, we have Betty Boot says, "I love me some Funko Pops," and we have our boy, the flipping sports guy. What's going on?
Paul?
Good to see you, man. Glad that you could jump on. And we have the Swamp Picker saying hello.
Good.
And Adam is saying Gary Vee has a new video on NFTs. I didn't watch it yet, so I'm curious. Yeah, I don't know anything. I got to do my research for sure. Kristen says, found a Funko in the bins with Jimmy. Old school pics the other day. A pink girl. I thought what she is, though. Okay, she didn't know what she was. Dustin's whole Funko collection, except for a few, are all of Funkos that he's found in the bin.
Loose.
Just in the bins. I'm collecting all bin Funkos.
He has very
Some
minimal.
of the boxes are terrible.
Yeah,
but I got a sick Mando in there. It's a rare one.
A Mandalorian one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, right. We have Luis, the Cali reseller, says,
Another
hey,
primo.
Primo, it's good to see you, man. Good to see you, Luis. And then we have, let's see here. My favorite Funkos are the Betty Boo, of course, and I Love Lucy. And I have a pretty large collection of Marvel and Star Wars ones. Nice. Fun fact, guys, my favorite show growing up was I Love Lucy. It wasn't any kind of cartoons. Like, I Love Lucy was my favorite show. And the only reason, really, looking back at it now, is because of her husband, which was speaking Spanish on American television. So it's like you could kind of relate. And that's like no one else on television at the time was speaking Spanish. So it's like relatable. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Or am I just talking? So,
you watch on TV Land?
TV Land.
Yep. Mine was Three's Company.
Have y'all watched the newer one? And in the live chat, have y'all watched the one of I Love Lucy, the one on Netflix? I believe
no.
it was Netflix,
the movie.
Yeah, it's like a series, I believe, but it's really good. It talks about like behind the scenes, what they dealt with, who they dealt with, and how they handle things, and why their vision was for the show, like in depth. And it was pretty good. At first, I was like, I don't want to watch this. I grew up to this, but it really blew my mind. Like the struggle is real, and the thing they both went through.
Yeah,
and the characters in the show.
Being a woman, being a Latino back in the day, I bet they went through a lot. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So, all right. So, Sonny, let's start. Overrated, underrated. Number one.
Let's
go.
The
Goodwill bins, my friend.
I would say it's underrated.
Tell us why.
I was waiting for you to ask.
Huh?
I was waiting for you to ask.
Yeah.
But I think it's underrated because the potential to stretch out $1 goes a long way. People say they want to make money, and then I see people say comments like, I wouldn't get my hands dirty in that filth. But I've come across boots for like say $1, some Cayman boots, and I got them for $1, and then they sold for like $375 in 2 days.
Let's go.
Like you go through a thrift store, just the appearance of something that looks like alligator-ish, automatically $49. And you could score. There's all types of stories and things that I've seen myself here at the bins where people find diamond rings, cash, and just you could stretch out $1, and that goes a long way. And that's the whole purpose why I started reselling, is because of financial struggles. I was really hurting with the job when we moved over here from Hawaii. And then when I got into reselling, I was like, whoa, here's an opportunity to run with. And I've been doing it ever since 2016.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's awesome. What's the best thing you found in the bins? Was it those Cayman boots?
Yes, and it would have been some other boots if I could have found the second pair. The other side of it.
I hate that.
I can't stand that.
I hate that. I found Dustin. I took Dustin for the first time at a Goodwill bins 2 weeks ago.
It was interesting.
Tell us about it, Dustin.
Tell
Let
us,
the people
Dustin.
know.
Dude, people just diving in boxes. Like we saw one dude pop out like in a quarantine suit from the box of the clothes. That's how crazy it was. He didn't do that, but that's what I pictured.
Yeah.
But people were going nuts when the clothes came out. Nuts.
Yeah, I like Miss Taffy's highlights of the bins, like when people do that. I'd rather see it on a video than be there in person, because it just annoys the crap out of me.
Yeah. I think the craziest part of it, Dustin, was when we were just like, we're at the point to where we're done, we're just kind of like looking around, and then we would just like notice like all the kids just like
crawling on the floor,
running around everywhere, and their moms are just like literally in the corner, like eating tortas, like just like off in the corner eating their lunch.
I forgot about that. Yes,
you know, it's just like wow,
Damn.
they like legit brought their lunch there, and they have like carts like stacked to the ceiling, and I'm like, there's no way everything there is valuable unless they're just I don't know what they're doing with it, sending it back to Mexico or sending it back to Honduras or wherever they're from.
ain't no telling.
So,
But it was the kids on the floor for me.
yeah.
And the tortas.
The torta. Hey, I almost asked them if they can get a bite. So the Vegas bins are pretty crazy when those shoes come out. So and like, to your point, Sonny, I found a Red Wing boot, a really nice one, but I couldn't find the mate to it. And I was like, man, come on. You know? It was crazy. Glenn says, Dustin, I was at the Goodwill bins in Nashville a few years ago. So there's two. We have two of them, Sonny, with I don't know, like what 5 miles within each other. Dustin, one of them is really good, and one of them the people are just they trip out the whole time. They're just
so you can't film in
crazy.
here.
Yeah, you can't film in one, and another one you can. It's just I guess they're all different, you know.
Yeah.
So. All right, so let's move on. Overrated, underrated, number 2.
Number 2, McDonald's French fries.
Man, that's a hard one. I'm on both ends because they're underrated if they're fresh. They're overrated if you don't eat them within, say, 6 minutes. The heat don't last. Not like a farmers boys over here. They guarantee your fries to be hot, and they don't have a time limit.
Farmers Boys. That's a fast food chain over there in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
and they guarantee that your fries are going to be hot.
Yeah,
for how long?
They don't have a time limit on it.
Wow.
But from when you start eating to okay.
So it usually don't take long. Maybe they're kind of like, oh, if you eat them fast, but I've always enjoyed them more than anything.
Okay. So overrated or underrated, Sonny? I don't maybe I spaced out when you said if they're overrated.
Both. I said both.
Oh, you got to pick one or the other.
Overrated.
Overrated. Okay.
McDonald's fries are overrated.
That's what everyone in the chat is saying, overrated. So yeah, I agree. My wife and I were talking about today. She was like, do you remember when McDonald's used to be good? I'm like, I don't ever remember McDonald's being good. What are you talking about? She's like, yeah, you do. A quarter pounder used to be good back in the day. Now it's like you just have this weird taste in your mouth the whole time.
And it's not even the size of a quarter pounder anymore. It's like it shrunk in size.
Yeah, it's a quarter of a quarter pounder.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Did you see that Burger King is getting sued for, you know how like in the commercials on the, like there's the fine print says the item might not be as large as it appears in real life or whatever. In some commercial, they forgot that. And so they're suing Burger King, and there's like a class action lawsuit. And I don't know if they've won or didn't win or whatever. So all right. Yeah. See, Adam says, class action lawsuit. So, a long story short,
what's up, Bobby?
Get on to Sonny.
What's up, my dude?
Oh, Krillin in the building
and in the chat.
In the chat. All right, let's move on. Number 3, overrated, underrated IKEA bags, Sonny.
I'll say they're overrated. I have one somewhere that I probably used once. You know,
I want to cry.
And I can't stand IKEA. Period. I hate IKEA.
Why? IKEA is a little weird, but let's get a little in depth with the bag. Why? What's the a Sonny versus IKEA rivalry here?
To me, it's the sound of the bag, the plastic, like the like sounds like this all the time. Like to me, at least, and I'm like, how do I fold this? Where do I put it at? You know?
Oh, okay.
It's kind of wide, kind of not. Like it's pretty smart because the way it's made is to fill it up, you know. And if you put one small thing in it, you're like, this don't look right. I got to put more stuff, you know.
Yeah. Okay. We need to make a bat. Like what? What about the bags? The blue trap
It needs to be a canvas bag. That
canvas bag, Dustin.
Yes.
But
I want to make some totes, to tell you the truth. Tote bags.
well, you need to get some big ones, like some duffel bags, or what do
Not
we
that
have?
big. No, just some nice little decent sized ones. I was collecting some from Savers a while back because they would change them up every month or so, like the design, and then they went back to their regular plain red ones.
Krillin saying Sonny doesn't think the IKEA bag is machismo enough. So. All right,
Yeah.
let's move on. Number
Betty Boop
4
says I have issues.
Yeah,
I got a lot of issues.
we all have a little bit of issues for sure. So
Let's see. People got a little. I got a lot.
All right, let's move on. Number 4.
Backstreet Boys, overrated, underrated.
What?
Backstreet
Next question.
Boys.
Overrated.
You don't like the Backstreet Boys?
No.
Oh man,
You're an NSYNC guy.
you're
No.
a Gen X.
Overrated
Are you
as well.
borderline Gen X or millennial Gen X, Sonny?
Millennial.
Millennial.
The end of the dying breed. Born
You're-
1980.
You're like the elder millennial.
Yeah.
I was more of a Hanson guy.
Oh, Dustin Hanson.
Did you have your
Right.
hair like them? Like the
No,
brother?
but dude, some of their songs are money.
Name
First-
2 songs.
Oh my god.
First
I-
of all,
Can't name 2 songs right now. I
Oh.
could back then when I listened to them. I haven't listened to them like 20 years.
Yeah, guys, Dustin, you're making me want to drink even while I'm drinking.
so Sonny, so you're saying the Backstreet Boys are overrated?
Overrated.
How come?
It ain't tough enough for me.
Ooh,
It ain't
okay.
tough.
So
And,
let's say
and I think the biggest thing is that I can't dance. That's probably why. That's probably what it comes down
Oh,
to.
neither can I.
because you
tried.
can't because you can't dance.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sonny, if you were assembling a group of a boy band, you're like that weird guy. I can't remember his name.
Why
that
do I got to
assembled-
be the weird guy?
The weird guy.
You know the one that put together the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC and like stole all their money? That guy? I can't remember his name.
I don't know.
So so if you were assembling a boy band, it has and all the resellers, and you only had to pick from resellers, who would be in the boy band?
Oh man. How much people do I got to pick? How much is that?
As many as you want. You're assembling the boy band.
It's usually 5 in a boy band.
5,
6.
yeah.
And
they're usually
Hanson only
usually-
had 3.
Hey,
Oh man, let me see a boy band, and it has to be nothing but boys. I'm gonna pick my homie Mikey Bags of Money because I think he got some dance moves,
Okay.
you know. And then I think Roman would definitely be the other one.
Okay. Is he like the heartthrob of the group?
He might be the muscle heartthrob.
The muscle. Okay.
Yeah, Roman would definitely be the muscle, and then I would say the third one would be Bobby up in the chat. You know, just get that fan up in his hair and it just flows, you know, on the back.
So you're only
I think he
making
would nail it.
the 3-man group here.
Yeah. Well, I would be the fourth. I'd be more of a backup singer.
Okay.
No
Okay,
moves.
nice. Here is the thank you, Kristen.
Oh
This
my
is
God.
Lou Pearlman. He is the gentleman that put these bands together that stole all their money.
jeez. This guy.
Damn.
So look at him. He actually did he go to prison?
I guess so, apparently, according to that picture.
Oh man.
Poor
Book 'em,
guy.
Donald.
Look at that. That's a face only a mother could love right there. Lou Pearlman.
Is that a
Disgrace.
mohawk? Are you rocking a mohawk?
I think that's the
no, that's
color
the
behind
Okay, totally looks like a mohawk.
No, it did look like it.
look at that. Look at that. Taking advantage of those
Oh,
poor
I thought that was
rewards.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Could be.
Oh my God.
Degenerates. Oh man. Simon
Sorry,
Cowell.
Ellen.
It wasn't
thought that was
Simon
you.
Cowell. Kristen wants me to ask about the songs again. So can you name any Backstreet? I want to know what everyone's favorite Backstreet Boys song is in the chat.
Backstreet's back.
Backstreet's back. All right. What's the one where it was like they were like in the video was like in Halloween? They were like a werewolf man
Oh,
and
jeez.
like a vampire. Do you know that one, Sonny?
No, I don't know any of the song names.
Okay.
I really don't.
Dustin only likes Merrill Haggard and Waylon Jennings. So that's old school. We have
That is old school.
I think it was Waylon's. Who's that guy, Dustin, that sings that we know that his dad? This is very vague. That his dad is like a Jesse Whitley. I don't know.
You got me lost, dude. I'm so lost right now.
Let's get back on track here. So let's see here. Adam is saying, hey, baby, I need a baby girl. You let me. Oh, okay. He's dropping down lyrics. Okay. All right. Swampicus says Joey Bada Bing. Is he included in the boy
I think
band?
Joey and Drew would be above my boy group. You know, I think they're top notch, and I wouldn't want to downgrade them like that.
Okay. Nice.
Not to say that the guys I picked are bad. I think they're he raps and sings, so if they were, Joey would be the Justin Timberlake who breaks off.
Oh,
and kills it on his own.
Does his own. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
That would be Joey.
Kristen wants to be the hype girl, so Kristen, you definitely can be.
Yeah.
Nope, that's my role. Sorry.
So we have Courtney with Bolo Buddies. Good to see you, Courtney. Glad that you can jump on. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Overrated, underrated number. I lost my spot.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Damn,
Reselling video games, Sonny. Is that overrated or underrated?
What kind of video games?
Just video games in general. Are they overrated or underrated? Reselling them.
I don't sell too much video games. I rarely come across them, and I see people that buy them, but I think they're overrated from what I see.
Okay.
I don't see too much people say like I found one or games the lot. I see people say, "Oh, I found these lot of games," but then they're like, "But this one right here is going to give me my money back." It's like I want to know what the bottom dollar one is and when it's sold later on. You know, like just to be real with people, just so they know what to expect. But usually it's just that way. Like it's too much information and videos to put every little thing in it. So
yeah,
I'm just that way.
So you're saying that
nosy.
You know, for every $100 or let's say $50 video game, you're gonna have like $1, like $20 sports games.
Yeah.
So I know that one of I can't remember, like 2 summers ago, Dustin and I, we bought this guy's whole video game collection out, right? In that video game collection, there was probably, I don't know, just some, and we did a draft. So
I remember that.
So like Dustin would pick one and then I would pick one and, you know, just like go from there. And I sat on those video games for so long and I finally like sold them at a garage sale. And some guy was like, I'll buy all your video games for $1. And I'm like, take them. But it was like, you know, Madden 2000, you know, just like things that aren't worth even listing, you know, like the time that you would list them. So to your point, Sonny, I think sometimes it is a little overrated depending on what you're finding. You really have to know what you're looking for, because now the old games, they make repos and they put them in the cartridges and they can print off a sticker. So you got to be really careful of what video games that you're buying.
Mm-hmm.
So, all
right. Now you got Goodwill looking through them.
Hey, I caught Goodwill slipping this week though, Sonny.
Yeah, you did.
Caught him slipping big time on a
video game. You had to go 3 comments up to Scott's Cha-Ching King.
Cha-Ching King, I'm so sorry. I missed you.
7 comments.
Yesterday, I picked up an original Zelda NES and a Link that was still in the original box. Oh, that's dope. Complete in box, or was it sealed? That's awesome.
Ooh,
I love the Zelda ones because they're gold, you know, the cartridges are gold. So any Zelda is going to be worth a ton of money. I'm debating. I recently purchased this one for my Nintendo Switch. It's still sealed, but I haven't played it. It's a remake of Link's Awakening for the Game Boy. And I don't know if I should keep it sealed or play it later. But
why don't you buy another one and open it?
I like the way you think.
Just saying.
I'll drink to that.
Buy one to play.
Hey, salute.
Oh, wait.
All right. We have, let's see here. Out Country Sales. Good to see you. Glad that you can jump on. I saw that your son was in the hospital. I hope everything is okay.
Prayers to him then.
Yeah. And Katie, good to see you.
Katie? What's up, Katie?
I hope you're doing well. I know that we're getting close to the baby, so I hope everything is going
420.
Is that what it is? That the baby?
That's what Dante's wanting. 420.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. So let's see here.
Birthday.
I'm trying to find all the chat and catch up on the I know it's a lot going on here in the chat.
It's busy chat.
Sure.
Good.
Really let me know if I miss anything, guys. If you see
Mikey,
anything, Sonny,
there's
let me
my
know.
boy.
Huh? Mikey, there he is. Bags of money, Mikey. Hey, Mikey, did you know that you were? What's the name of the boy band, Sonny?
Ooh,
hasn't thought that far.
Oh yeah, maybe at the end of the life, I got to think of a name now.
Well, you think about it. You let us know. So, Carla is saying, "What are you guys drinking?" We are drinking different things. I'm currently drinking a Stone Cold Steve Austin Broken Skull IPA.
Got a Terrapin IPA, Hopsecutioner.
And then I have Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey.
That just sounds so good.
It sounds delicious. Oh, number two.
Number two.
Let's go.
No,
all right.
Mine's small compared to y'all's.
Yeah,
I got some.
we have to drink IPAs because your boys we're getting a little thick over here.
This is coming
I got
up.
another one downstairs.
Okay.
That's coming up.
A whole bottle of Tito's.
Mikey says, I'm down for the band. I just got here. So, hey, well, we're going to put you on. Sonny's organizing the tour. He's the Lou Pearlman of y'all's group. The group is still, the name is still being discussed.
I'm still trying to get my funds up. So I'm going to try to work with the Greyhound bus. And we're going to have a lot of pit stops, but it's going to be way better in our pocket. We're going to have a lot more money in our pocket than, a tour bus and that fancy stuff. Seats aren't going to be comfortable and it may not smell good, but you're going to have some really colorful, soft, velvety, moldy seats.
Yeah. Nice. Hey, Sonny, once we purchase our minivan, we can lease it out to you.
Oh, you know what I was going to recommend to you? Because you mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
To both of y'all. For those that are giving super chats, if you could look at that, get your van wrapped and then have the names who sponsored you.
That's great. That's a great idea, Sonny. Yeah. So for the people that are just coming on, Dustin and I were saving up money to purchase a minivan. We've been scouring Facebook Marketplace. So anytime you drop a super chat, that's going directly to us purchasing a van. We have a nice little video of Dustin. Two videos. You can either pick. We have the Ric Flair video and Dustin test driving the van. So if you ever drop a super chat, you'll be able to pick which video you want to watch. So
can we do this
if
right now?
If anybody has any spinners for sale, we need some for the van.
Every time Ric Flair is mentioned, everybody has to woo, even in chat.
Woo! Everyone in the chat. There you go.
And even if they mention it. That'd be fun.
Bins Boys. What do you think about that?
Oh, I don't know.
He doesn't like it. He doesn't like it.
I feel like that's something has to do with my stomach.
Pepto Boys. Pepto-Bismol.
But it's an icebreaker.
It's an icebreaker for sure. He's just figured out how to do emojis. That's hilarious. So, all right, next one up, number 6. Overrated, underrated.
Oh, is that me? Oh, disc golf.
Disc golf? I have some discs that I got. I have yet to play, but I want to because I have a friend that does. His name's Scott Ferguson, and he sandbags though. He's like, I'm really good, but I sandbag so that way I win prizes against people. I was like, you're dirty, dude.
Oh,
but
he's like,
I want to play. It looks like a lot of fun.
It's great. Dustin and I got heavy into disc golf like a couple years ago.
Then we started reselling.
And then exactly. And that's what happened. Now we don't have time to play disc golf. But
we
guys,
need to play though. Let's play.
We need to play. We need to have a reselling disc golf tournament.
Ooh.
And
maybe at the national meetup.
Yes, it'll be fun.
Wait, when's the national meetup?
It's still in discussion.
No.
The van is probably first on our priority list.
It's gonna be like the fire festival where it never happens.
Ooh, we just get a bunch of people to pay and it never happens. Have you seen that documentary, Sonny?
It's so crazy.
That was awesome. People fall for it too.
It's crazy. All right. So, but yeah, disc off disc are worth some money, guys. So if you see them out in the wild, check that out for sure. So next one up, number 7, Whatnot, Sonny. And I know in the beginning of your video that you just made, you got accepted into Whatnot.
Yeah.
Kristen also got accepted into Whatnot. So, and then you already did the onboarding process. Could you tell us a little bit of how that went for you?
You said Kristen got accepted?
Kristen got accepted into Whatnot.
The Real Squirrel. Congratulations, Kristen. Yeah, so when I applied, I saw everybody else was doing it. All the cool kids are doing it. And I was like, I think I'm cool. I know cool. So let me try it out myself. So when I did it, I didn't make a video like they recommended when you apply. I was just like, I just want to see what they see if they look at my accounts and if that's good enough. And if they message me back saying, hey, can you make a video? Then I will do a video. So it was probably about shy of a month and I got accepted. And just 2 days ago or so, I got an email saying, hey, you've been approved and you got to do a walkthrough. And it's pretty simple. It's a Zoom or Discord type thing, just like this on a live. I would say mentor, I'm going to call her a mentor, Juliet. She just walks through everything, how it works. If you have any questions, I talk to her. I don't go and say, hey, customer service, I got a question and I get bounced around. So you have that go-to person for everything. So that way, and that makes a lot of sense because they get to know more about what's going on with you. And if they want to check up on you, they can. And they also resell as well. So they know firsthand how to be a seller and a customer too. So I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty easy. And this morning I got the follow-up email to say, hey, tomorrow, or I could start selling now. So I'm going to try to do one Tuesday. And I'm excited about it because I have stuff that I know it's worth something, but it's not worth reselling separately or singly. And I'd rather do it in bulk to help me clear up some space. And people are going to find some really good deals. And if you had not looked into Whatnot, I would recommend you look into it. People come across really good deals. OBX Eric, OBX Picker, he was on. I bought stuff from Cernock. Who's the other people? Thrift and Flip, Ben, and I think one more person. But it's pretty easy. Once you put in your information, it goes straight to your account. There's no extra stuff you need to do. Just when you put your information in there, is just that simple. Just make sure your address is correct. And if you're interested in applying, message me on Instagram because they have a referral program that if I refer you, and if you haven't applied already, I'll get your information sent to them and I'll see whatever else they ask for that you need. And you could get $200 and I'll get $200 once you make your first sale. So even though like me, it took about a month and maybe shorter or longer, but that's $200 just by referring somebody. And if you could get as much people as you can, you just multiply it by that number.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What are you, your first auction? Are you going to more like collectors, toys, vintage clothing? Like
I applied for clothing. Okay. And I'm glad you asked that. I applied for clothing. It's like vintage and thrift because the people there understand that people do thrift and that's how they flip. So there's miscellaneous stuff. And really, you need to go on Whatnot and just follow people. You don't need to put any of your bank account. You could just watch people. You could follow them. You don't have to buy nothing. You don't have to put in your account information. And just see how it goes. It's super simple, super fun. And the deals you come across, like hats for $1. Say you buy something for $4, right? You like something you buy for $4. You're like, geez, I would have probably had to pay for this for like $20 on eBay, but there's not that much people competing against you. So it's easy winnings. And if you buy a second item, the shipping's only going to cost $1. So for every item after your first item, it's $1. That's huge. That's a huge game changer for resellers and buyers too, because it helps the customers.
I agree. All right. Drewski, what's going on, Drew? He says there's for sure some deals on Whatnot. I know I've been going a little Funko crazy, buying stuff on Whatnot. I'm still kind of, I'm kind of like feeling out the land before, I apply on there. Because
let's do it now, man.
Yeah,
I would say I'm always the late bird, the snowbird of like I'm gonna wait and wait and wait, and I've done that for jobs as well. And now that I'm a full retirement reseller, I was like, what am I waiting? What am I waiting for? Like this is what I want to do, and if I'm applying, then I apply. There's no difference other than the platform. You're still looking for stuff, and you're selling it, but now you get to sell more and less time, especially things you have lying around that you're like, I have a ton of hats behind my office door right here that I'm like, you know what? I could clear this whole like 3x3 foot space of stuff and get out of my wife's hair to help me out as well and make some money at the same time.
Nice. Okay, nice. So are you going to be selling the hats, clothing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hats. I'll start off with hats, but you could still sell other stuff. You just because you apply in a category doesn't mean you have to stick to that category unless that's your absolute niche.
Drew has a great point that he just brought up. Whatnot is a great passive extra weekly income at this point. Instant sales, and people want to spend money, which I've never really thought about that. If you're going on the app, you're not really looking like eBay. You go on eBay and you browse. Maybe, I'll get this, I'll save it, put it in my cart or whatever. If you're on Whatnot, you have to pick the specific thing that you're looking to purchase. If I'm looking for, Pokemon cards or Funkos or vintage clothing, you're probably going to buy something. The people that are, looking at these auctions, most likely they're looking to spend money. So that is a great point, Drew. So, all right. So let's move on. Number 8, overrated, underrated.
Number 8,
Denzel Washington.
That's my dude right there.
Oh,
he's underrated. He's no matter how long it goes, he's still going to be the man.
I like that. What's your favorite Denzel Washington movie?
Training Day, probably.
Training Day. Have you seen that movie, Dustin?
I have.
Okay. That was a crazy movie.
Yeah.
Great movie though.
Twist.
What was his character in that movie?
The bad cop of wanting to.
What was that? It's like, man, you just took that PCP. It's like angel dust or whatever. Or I can't remember what the whole line was, but yeah, that movie was crazy. Yeah, aren't they going to do a second one, like a prequel to that one?
With him, I don't know.
I can't remember.
Be awesome.
I've heard rumors.
Equalizer was a great one too.
That was a good one. I like that one.
That is a good one. Have you ever seen the movie The Bone Collector with Denzel Washington and Angelina Jolie?
Possibly. I believe I have, but I don't remember. That was at like early 200s.
Yeah. It's a good one.
When she was like 100 pounds.
How much does she weigh now?
Probably 102.
Oh, okay. Has she gotten thick?
No, she's always been like slim, I guess. Just look tall in that alien forehead.
Okay.
Nice. That Two Guns movie was good too with Mark Wahlberg in it. Him and Mark Wahlberg. That was a real good one.
Yeah,
I don't think I've seen that one.
That was solid.
Denzel's
got some great
bangers. Okay, nice. All right, next one up. Overrated, underrated. Number 9. Rounding up at the Goodwill.
Okay. To me, it's overrated. And one thing I don't like is they're like, hey, you could help support veterans. And I'm like, I'm right here. I thought you rounded down.
I'm right here, baby.
Veteran. Yeah, I don't see where the money goes. All their stuff's free that they get, and they're definitely always making profits. And then the prices are getting crazier right now. Like the past 2 weeks, I've noticed at our local Goodwill, at least the one closest to me, all their Levi's, regardless of the condition or style number, $19.99.
All the Levi's.
All the Levi's. And if there's brand new with tag, it's like $24.99.
Oh,
yeah, it's just like, come on, man.
I guess you can kind of catch them slipping though.
There's definitely stuff. I just found some Echo boots. I had it in the 2 videos ago, maybe or something. Those just sold for $85, and I didn't realize they're Gore-Tex until I was looking up the style number, and it showed in the comps. It said Gore-Tex, and I was like, wait, Gore-Tex. I looked over at it and it had this little bitty tag on the side, and I was like, sure enough, Gore-Tex. And I would have ended up listing it for $45. Somebody would have snagged it up. Yeah, and I put it up for I think like 125. They offered 85, and I was like, I'll take it.
Nice.
Take it.
Yeah. All right. So last one we have number 10, overrated, underrated.
90s music.
Underrated. It's being missed out on radio. Everything's now so pop and soft and bragging rights. And back then it was tough times, and like people forget we're still in tough times no matter what. So I miss the 90s. That's actually kind of like what I go through when I go to the gym. I start playing. Probably today was like Wu-Tang that I started with. Like I'll just start off with them.
Yeah. Now, what's on Sonny's workout playlist, 90s playlist? Are you starting off with Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears, NSYNC, 98 Degrees?
No, Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana.
That's past. That's after my time. Like I would be looked at funny. Like, yo, you're too old for Hannah Montana.
Yeah. I bought some Hannah Montana pencils at a yard sale on Saturday.
Yeah, you did. I don't even know why you bought them.
What'd you buy?
Some Hannah Montana pencils. It was like pencils, erasers, and like a pen. It was like that was a great yard. We went to a good one. That
was a good one. But he was desperate to buy something. He's like,
I was like, I gotta buy something.
I was like, what would you take for all this stuff? She's like, I don't know. And I'm like, I'll give you $2 for it. She's like, all right. Hey, if anybody wants some Hannah Montana pencils.
Hey, we can just give them away to people randomly.
I was just gonna say, do a giveaway.
Just give this one. Everybody gets a pencil.
I'm your guy. I might. Hey, the first thing on Whatnot. Once I'm,
that'll be a giveaway.
No, that was
purchasing
the Hannah Montana pencils.
So that's one thing I do want to bring up with Whatnot is that looking at people, you got to be comfortable talking and just be able to talk about your item as well. You gotta how we are talking like it's. Right. Going on lives helps if you've never been on lives, and if you're considering Whatnot, like I would say, some people are naturals; they probably don't need the help or tips like that. But I would say if you could communicate with the people in your live chats, because I've seen some what's horrible where I don't even stay in there, even though their deals are like crazy stuff. I'm just like, nah, I just don't like the tone or
the vibe. Yeah, it's all about the vibe. Okay. Nice. Carla's saying, yes, Sonny, all Tommy Hilfiger shirts and Columbia shirts, even if they're plain, are $19.99.
Jeez. And that's red tag.
Yeah. And then he's just saying she misses the 90s, and Baldy Paul Picking says, hey, what's up, everybody? Good to see you. So this is a great question. Carla wants to know what Gore-Tex is. I have a pair of Timberlands, and they have a little red little tag on them saying they're Gore-Tex.
So Gore-Tex is mainly for cold weather. That's what I know it for. But some of them aren't thick. Like the Echo boots that I got, I thought they were regular, like ankle boots, lace-up boots, until I ended up looking at the comps and I saw like, oh, Gore-Tex, like I said. And it didn't. By looking at it, touching it, looking on the inside, it was really just leather uppers. That I was like, wow, this is considered Gore-Tex. Hey, okay, tags on there. I'm gonna roll with it. So I made sure to look at the pictures and compare it to what mine was, because sometimes things are identical. It's just like a new model type or something. So
okay, nice. So back to the 90s music, Sonny. Okay. Who's your favorite 90s artist that you can
Stefani?
What is it?
Gwen Stefani.
Gwen Stefani.
Yeah.
No Doubt, or just Gwen Stefani?
No Doubt.
No Doubt?
Yeah, I would say Tragic Kingdom was my favorite.
Such a good album.
Yeah.
Such a good album. Fun fact, for the people who may not know, Ray here is a huge Dave Matthews fan. So.
Hey, Dustin, you need to start taking over the show.
Taking over.
Because I'm a Dave Matthews. I'm very soft. I'm soft in that aspect, Sonny.
Yeah.
You might be the only one I know that might listen to him.
I love me some Dave Matthews, man. Love me some Dave Matthews. Don't hate on him. Don't hate the
No, he has good music. I'm not gonna lie. He has good music.
Coming from the guy that bought Hannah Montana pencils. Just saying.
Trust everything he says.
Sonny, Kristen wants to know what your thoughts are on Mariah Carey.
No, he said don't ask Ray about Mariah. No,
she said ask Drew about, or ask Sonny about Mariah.
She's definitely overrated.
Oh, nah,
Do you like Mariah Carey?
She was one of my crushes growing up, especially when I went to basic in '99. That's when they had Butterfly, I think. I was just like, man,
Butterfly.
she was so hot.
That did it for me.
What is it, Dustin?
The New Year's
Oh, yeah, that's right.
a couple years ago, where she just lip syncing like crazy. I'm like, I'm done.
Now, Sonny, can you name any of the songs off of that album?
Which one? Tragic Kingdom?
Butterfly.
Or Dave
Oh no,
Dave Matthews.
no, I can't.
Oh, dude, they got the breakdown with Bone Thugs and Harmony. You remember that one?
Ooh. I remember them. I am one of them. One of many people that I can't remember a whole song from beginning to end. Like when the music comes on, I feel like I sing along and I know the words, but I really don't. It's probably me mumbling and but I feel really good. I feel really good thinking that I do.
Okay. I sing a couple words and I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's the one.
I nailed it.
Another song.
Oh man. Adam says not positive, but I think Gore-Tex is on the eBay Vero list. It probably is, but
wouldn't surprise me.
They're getting, I don't know.
You know what? Adam brings that up, and it's funny because if you look at, say, like what shoes did I have? Hoka 11, right? They like these big companies have their own accounts too, and they have it on there. Like, and I get it's Vero just to single out only they could carry it and sell, but I probably sold several dozen Gore-Tex type boots. I've never been hit on it, but that doesn't mean he's wrong or I'm right, because I've sold stuff from Adobe and people are like, hey, that's Vero too. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, I didn't get the hit for it, but
I think it's all random.
Yeah, I think it's an algorithm just like anything else. I do know though, the one thing that I've seen people get hit numerous times.
Velcro.
I've gotten hit. No, Dustin's gotten hit. Refrigerator water filters.
I haven't gotten hit for those.
You haven't gotten hit for those, Dustin?
Because I don't sell them.
Because people have gotten hit for them.
Yep, but I've gotten hit for like those Ferminator things, those dog brushes. I got hit for the pit vipers, dude. Did not knock off pit vipers. I got hit for that. There's a couple other things. Okay. But some of it don't make sense. But I'm like, there's 100 other people selling these. Why am I the one to get hit? Makes no sense.
It's just our luck.
It makes no sense.
Haters gonna hate. That's what
haters gonna hate. Baldy's saying, I know 2 Dave Matthews songs, and to be a fan, you have to know at least 5. Name 5, Ray. I mean, come on now. Crash.
That's it.
And it crashed.
I'm back. Sorry. All right. So moving on. So that includes That includes overrated, underrated. So thank you so much, Sonny, for playing. And all right. So
all right, song number 2.
On to the next segment, Sonny, is Dustin's tip of the week. D's tip of the week. So Dustin, take it away, my friend. What is your tip of the week?
I'm gonna wing it because I didn't have a chance to think of one. But we're gonna go with promote your listings at least 1 to 2%. I still believe that it gives you sales.
Okay. What do you think about that, Sonny?
I believe when I started using that advertisement promotion, I started with 1%, and I did notice a difference. But that's probably like 4 months ago. And then now I tried it, like, say, a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't see nothing, like no sales. So I ended up going up to 7. I was like, I got stuff that's sitting here. Okay. I get it for a pretty good price. I'm not worried about it because I'm not giving it discounts anyways, but I do have it or OBO, better offers.
Right.
And it's picked up several $100s just like in a couple of days. So it's just one of those things of like a comfort zone that I tell people. I know Tommy Bernard podcast. He's like, do 9%. And I tried that once and crazy amount of sales. And if you look how Tommy told me, he's like, hey, if you could say pay $200 in fees and in return you're getting $700 in profit, Does that work for you?
That's
interesting. Yeah, I guess so.
Because that's $700 in profit.
If you're promoting your listings at 9%, are you adjusting the price of the item to counteract the 9% of that item listing? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And yes and no, because some items I probably dropped the price because I've had them so long. Like little Manini stuff when I first started and pick up because sometimes you buy bulk and it's like I already made my money and then some and all this little stuff on the side. Like you just want to make a couple of bucks. You're not really letting it go until you finally say, you know what, I'll donate it to say Savers to get a discount on a coupon or something, or to a shelter or something like that. But yeah, I would say just follow your comfort zone, test it out. If things aren't working out, because I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, what do you do? I'm not getting sales in these Facebook groups, right?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, what are you doing first? Like you're saying you're not getting sales, but what are you not doing that you've been doing all this time? You need to make changes. And
I
that's
don't
the
think
whole
people
thing
really
about
know
business.
what to do. It's like I'm in a Facebook group and they were like, I got my first negative feedback and they put
Good.
like a huge thing and I was like, just call eBay. Like, it's just like people are like oblivious. It's like you have to like hold their hand and show them step by step of what to do.
I got a negative. eBay didn't take it down.
I was
The
saying
guy
this
didn't read the description.
in my live with Jimmy on my channel talking about negative feedback, and he even said it was like you could comment your reply to their feedback. It's not they say something, you have the last word. You could say something, and if you know they're entirely wrong, you could contact eBay. It's that easy. It's just like you saying, "Hey, mommy, daddy, this person's treating me bad." Kind of same thing. eBay is there for you, but if you're going to people to vent and get attention, that's different. Like if you really care about it, talk to eBay before you talk to anybody else. Just like being in a relationship with whoever you're with. You're not going to go talk to a friend first, or you shouldn't. You should talk to the person that you have an issue with, that you're in a relationship with first. And you could have the last word, on there. And if not, it doesn't matter. It's just like I've had stuff I had to return in stores. I rarely do it, but I do it, when something's really damaged or bad. And it's like, whoa, this is crap. I need to take this back. People return stuff all the time. And I used to average one return out of 100 before the pandemic. But then when the pandemic hit, I started seeing like at least one or two every 1 to 2 months. And I still feel like that's not bad.
I've noticed more returns lately. Just, I think maybe because of that. More people just want to return it.
Mm-hmm.
They're like borrowing it or.
Yeah, they're trying to get away with it. Maybe they'll let me keep the item.
Yeah.
I try to return it. But nope, send it back, bud.
Because there's always cases. It was like, well, so what if this happens? They want that partial refund. And so you just tell them to send it back and they never send it back.
Well, that's the thing too, that eBay sends you these messages saying, how was your experience in your last return or something, right? And for me, I put that, how eBay wants you to promptly, in order for you to be like, get an order and your shipping handling time be 1 day. If you do that at all your items, you get a discount off your shipping. Well, what happens when the person receives the item and it's like that same day that they receive it and they're like, I want to do a return. But then on my end, as the seller, I see that, hey, they got until the next month of the 22nd, like a full month return. You want money, but here you are saying at the same time, we really don't, because I'm letting that customer have this entire time. If we don't make money off that sale, neither does eBay. And I was putting stuff like that, better said, inside the comment and survey saying, like, this doesn't help us as much as it doesn't help you. And if you want us to be prompt and have these perks, they should be, encouraged to do the same thing. So that way we work together and not like, I got over it and I'm going to use this. And when I get it back, it's ruined. And now I was like, hey, eBay, this is not new with tags anymore. They took off the tags and you see pit stains and they're like, oh, don't contact the seller. We'll handle this. Like, why all that? Why not be like, hey, it is. I got pictures for you. Like I got proof. But
they give them 14 days to return the item on top of that.
It's sometimes more than that. It's more than that since it's like 30 now, right?
But we have to accept it within like 3 days.
Yeah.
But they get almost a month, 3 weeks to return the item. So they're having it 30 days plus another 3 to 4 weeks. So 2 months. That makes no sense.
Makes no sense. Makes no sense. Well, guys, that is Dustin's tip of the week. That brought out some good conversation. Presented to you by the good people at stickerwise.com. If you guys want to order some stickers, go over to stickerwise.com and use the code FLIPPERS, and you're going to receive 10% off your entire order. And they make great stickers. They're the people that make our stickers, the Nashville Flipper stickers, as you can see here. So check that out. So if you want some stickers, go over to stickerwise.com, use the code FLIPPERS, and you're going to receive 10% off your entire order. And guys, real quick, if you have not subscribed to Sonny's YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to Sonny's YouTube channel. All of his links are down in the description below. He's got everything. We got everything down there. His whatnot, his eBay, his fan merch, TikTok, Twitter, reseller Instagram, and personal Instagram.
And his band group.
What's the name of the group, Sonny?
The Backseat Boys.
Oh,
the Backseat.
I like that. The Backseat.
That may not come on. There might be a Urban Dictionary term that is not good for that.
Oh wow. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
let's not look it up.
Yeah, let's not look it up.
Time to look it up.
Incognito mode for sure on that one. Yeah. So, all right, Sonny. So we have our next segment on the show is called Skip or Flip.
Okay.
So we're going to show you pictures that we found on eBay of sold comps. Okay. This item, three different items. And if you see these at a Goodwill, at a thrift store, at a yard sale, would Sonny skip or flip? Okay. So we're only going to show you the pictures. We're not going to tell you what it is, no descriptions or whatnot. So here is the first item. We have here a trading card. Sports Illustrated Kids. Scott. Is it Scheffler, Dustin?
It's Scotty Scheffler, the boy, part of the boys.
Scotty Scheffler from the University of Texas. It looks like there's some perforation around the edges there of the card.
That's old school.
His stats on the back. So this looks like it came out of a magazine, Sports Illustrated Kids.
Okay.
So what are you doing? What are you doing here, Sonny? Are you skipping or are you flipping?
So I got to bring up something that I seen yesterday on Whatnot. Tim over the years was on Whatnot, and he's been selling some cards recently, and he was talking about how they made newer versions of, I think this might be an older card because of the Sports Illustrated, but our older card. And he was saying that they're doing like an ode to them. So if this is vintage, I would also looking at Scott, the Cha-Ching King being inside the chat. I'm going to go with Scott, who's going to be on my live on Thursday with me and Jimmy. We're going to have him on, and I'm going to go with we're going to sell it. I'm not going to skip it.
You're going to flip it. Flip. So what's the most that you'll be willing to pay for this?
Yeah, you know what? What's that say on there? 2015.
This guy was born in 1996.
2015. Well, I'm just looking at the date that popped up. 2015 on there. I'll spend $20 on it.
$20.
I'm going to chance it. Yeah.
So you're paying up.
If it costs less, yeah.
Okay. So, are you a big golf guy? Are you familiar with golf? Do you know who this is at all?
No, not at all. I'm just going with the things that are popping up.
Okay. So what would you say this would be worth?
Well, you're not making it seem like I have a bad decision, so it's probably like $150.
Okay. Alan is saying he's flipping. Rural Squirrel is saying she's stumped again. So Dustin doesn't know these either, Sonny. So Dustin's definitely going to give you more insight on this card. Go ahead, D-Man.
All right, my boy Scotty Scheffler just won the Masters. Just won it, 24 years old.
Today.
He's number one in the world right now. Number one. He won, today, he won 3 out of the last 5 tournaments he's played in. So now 4 out of the last 6, one being a major. I'm getting that card, and I'm holding it. Not flipping it or selling it. Or skipping on it. I'm holding.
How much did you buy it for?
Dude, it's fire.
How much do you think this is flipping for, Dustin?
That's it's perforated, like you said. It's out of a book. It's not holographic. It's not what it tops, or it's not like I can't even tell the brand. Sports Illustrated.
Sports Illustrated Kids.
$10 I'd pay for it, but just because it's not one of those like high dollar sports cards, I don't know what to do with that.
So how much do you think it's selling for?
Right now, because of the people probably buying it right now, 50 to 100.
Okay.
Just because of that card.
All right. So Sonny's flipping, Dustin's holding. So
I'm holding.
This
because the value's there.
This card
he's a rising star.
Ooh, $159.
Damn, I'm good.
That's why I'm holding.
So that's considered his rookie card, his Texas card. So let's just bring up some examples here of what his cards are selling. Well,
man, I'm good. That's all I gotta say. I gotta drink to that. Ric Flair time.
Hey, salute. Woo! So there you have it here. So 100, that dollar or that card is selling for around 100 loose. 50. That was before March 27th, Dustin.
159.
Yeah, I figured his car would go up, but that's the guy I'm holding on to. If I can get it.
Here we go. Here's a good one right here. 2014 Scotty Future Star rookie card sold for $199.
So this guy was 3 years old when Tiger was getting his third green jacket.
Jeez.
And he got his green jacket today.
I was in Iraq back in my second tour, my last tour, and Rory McIlroy could have won, and he was on fire back in, I think, 2010.
Mm-hmm.
And he had it, and then all of a sudden he choked. Like he was dominating, and it was like so disappointing because that was the only time out of the whole year like we had this TV that caught an antenna signal. You know, you're in deployment getting bombed and mortared and shot at.
Yeah.
And it was like, here you find golf, and I'm not into golf, but it was just like my my soldier who was also in the shoot with us was like, oh man, he's gonna win this. He's gonna be the first one, the youngest one to have that green jacket, and then it was just like
didn't happen.
Crapped.
He almost came back. He had a great.
He played really good today.
Yeah, he's really good though.
Yeah, he didn't have enough juice today, but he played really good.
Golf is a sport that will humble you for sure.
What is up, Wiki Picks?
Wiki Picks. What's good?
Yeah.
We need to have Wiki Picks on the show soon, so
yeah,
stay tuned for that. So next one up here, Sonny, skip or flip.
All right.
Here we have. I don't know if you can read that or not. It says Eagles, the greatest hits, platinum plus certified, over 1 million copies sold. The front of it, it's got such great skip, he says. Okay. And then here's the back.
Cassette.
Looks like it's sealed, Sonny.
Skip.
Sealed greatest hits, Eagles. Take It Easy, Witchy Woman, Lion Eyes, Already Gone, Desperado.
Skip.
Tequila.
You know tequila.
Tequila. I might have to flip it just because there's tequila sunrise on it. Come on.
I love tequila sunrises at the casinos. That's my go-to.
What's your favorite Eagle song, Sonny?
Whichever one's playing. I don't really have a favorite.
Okay. Now, why are you skipping this?
Because a million of them were made.
Cassettes? What's that?
1 million of them were made.
It says over 1 million copies sold. Well, I guess, yeah, that's true. That is true. If they were sold, they would have to be made, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's sealed, Sonny.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Let me know what everyone's doing.
I also
reseller. Good to see you. And we have Perlini. What's up, everybody? Good to see you.
What's up, Perlini? Yeah, I feel like if it was worth a lot, it would have better photos.
Oh, okay.
Just 2 photos. Okay.
Yeah, they're both pretty bad.
But there's some eBay sellers, man. They take some crappy photos. And those crappy ones always sell. I'm
weird.
like, I got 12 pictures. Lighted very good. Mine's still sitting, but then some guy sells it like 2 pictures.
Yeah,
like,
that
what?
happens with a lot of stuff I have.
I'm like, come on.
So,
Come on.
all right, Dustin, what are you doing? Flipping or skipping?
I feel like this is a trick one. So I'm going to flip.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to flip.
So, Sonny, you still skipping?
I'm still skipping. It probably only sells for like $5.
All right. So,
but it was $11.99 new.
Yeah, that's how they're trying to get you.
it was sold at Peaches.
Peaches?
Peaches. That's what it
Peaches.
says on the tag. Peaches. So, all right. So, greatest hits, Eagles greatest hits cassette tape, sealed, sold for $14.
So if I got it for 50 cents, I'm flipping that.
I mean, yeah, but if you didn't get it for 50 cents,
there's a chance you got it for 50 cents at a garage sale. You probably bundled it with some other stuff with 4 or 5 items, so you got it probably for like 5 cents after it's all said and done. Ship it out first class, you're in the green.
That's true. Kristen's got a great point. She said, didn't Rachel just sell a bunch of these? I mean, just like anything else, cassette tapes, some are more rare than others. 90s hip hop is really, collectible. So, and then again, like Sonny's point, there was 100. What did it say, Sonny?
Over 1 million sold.
Over 1 million sold. So think about how
just now popped in my head that I have 2 Selena cassettes.
Dude, that's awesome.
That's probably like $200 that I put somewhere and I don't remember where.
Do you know what do you know the
Can you tell me where?
Dreaming of You Live, and then I can't remember the other one.
Are they sealed?
No, they're not sealed, but even unsealed, they're selling pretty good.
Oh man. 'Cause I'm dreaming.
And that's where I'm going to, where her movie of Jennifer Lopez, where the stage collapsed. I'm actually going to be there from the 22nd to the 26th. That's in Poteet, Texas. Going back to Texas to visit family, and going to go to the Poteet Strawberry Festival where that stage collapsed on her.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Are you
That's
a big
also
Selena
where George
fan?
Strait was raised.
Are you a big Selena fan?
I would say I'm a fan. I mean, I don't follow everything. I do have a Selena t-shirt I've never wore, but I'm definitely a fan. That's during my era.
Yeah. Dustin, what about you?
No.
You don't like Selena?
No, I don't hate her. Like, just didn't listen to her songs.
Which songs do you know, Dustin?
I don't know none.
Name 5 Selena songs?
Nope. I'm going to back out of this live stream just like you did.
All right, let's see here. Perlini says, sorry, I can't do Selena. It's sad for me. Her music brings me too many bad memories. Oh man. Yeah, it's sad for sure. Okay, so last one here, Sonny. Okay. Skip or flip. Let us know, guys, everybody in the chat. What would you do? Here we go. This is we have here, Sonny, a Nintendo 64 game. The label looks like it's seen better days. It says the game is Super Bowling. There's the back of the cart. There's the internals, so you know it's legit, and it is a working cartridge. This is an interesting looking N64.
That is a dope N64.
I know, right?
All white tiger, freaking
it's like Stormtrooper
Power Rangers one.
Yeah.
Oh, so what are you doing, Sonny? Are you skipping or are you flipping this Super Bowling for the Nintendo 64?
It's a trick one.
I'm gonna flip it.
How come?
First it works. That helps.
Okay.
And then I've never even heard of this game. And then also it's intriguing to have like those old stuff that other people don't, even if it's just for one-time play. Like I would have this for the collection, and I think that's why a lot of people collect stuff like this.
Okay. Now,
damn, he even disassembled it.
Yeah, WikiPix is saying, can I get the N64 though? Yeah, this thing is dope.
That's
for
dope.
sure. So Kristen's got a great point. She says you have to show the internals to sell a game.
That's interesting.
Kristen, I'll come back to your point after we decide if it's skip or flip. So Marie, and that probably gives it off. Flip, Little Miss Q saying skip, and take it apart, Kristen. So Dustin, what are you doing? Skipping or flipping?
So this is a game I probably would have taken the price tag off at McKay's while my buddies were distracting somebody, and then putting on a Mario game so I can get it. So I'm probably skipping that.
You're skipping? Okay.
Yeah.
And then Sonny, you're flipping?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this bowling, Super Bowling for the Nintendo 64
$30
with a terrible, terrible looking sticker on it. Sold for $649.
No. I swear I took a tag off. It was $1.99 at McKay's back in 2012. I took a tag off of that one.
If you didn't know, Super Bowling is one of the most rare N64 games that you can find.
And you just bowl? Like, that's so boring.
It's rare, Dustin.
I like night bowling.
It's made by a company named UFO.
Well, so is my Beanie Babies, but...
Well, let's not talk about your Beanie Babies, Dustin. So this is a clean copy that just sold for $1,000.
Damn. They had a better sticker and better lighting.
Okay.
I could buy a sticker on eBay for that. And then
you could, but it's not legit, Dustin.
Could be.
Here is a complete
for bowling. Who's buying this?
$600.
Who's the guy that's buying this?
Yeah. Are they taking applications?
Are they taking applications?
So to Kristen's point, that's why they're showing the internals of the game, because they make a lot of reproductions, Kristen. And a reproduction, all they're doing is they're taking just a regular, what I don't know if you call it a motherboard on a game or whatever, and they're just.
I have a reproduction in the somewhere. You can grab it real quick. I can show it off.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'm gonna open my door to let my dog in. My wife took off to go eat.
So, they what they do is they'll download the ROM onto the chip. And they'll put it on this motherboard so they can play the game. And as you can see here on this one, if I can zoom in, I don't think I can zoom in, but it'll say Nintendo 1996 Nintendo, so you know that it is a legit game. And we have here joining us. Who we have here, Sonny?
This is Tip. He's the multi-poo.
What's up, Tip? Tip like TIP? TIP.
Yeah, because if you spell multi-poo, Tip is in there. That's how I ended up coming up with his name, and he responded to it.
Is it he?
He, yeah.
How big is he?
Sir Tip. He's like 22 pounds. He's like overweight by 8 pounds. He wasn't supposed to be that much, but he's a spoiled little guy. Call him Sir Tip.
Sir Tip. I like it.
Yeah.
Marie saying not you, Dustin, apparently. So there you go. So yeah, what do you think about that game, Sonny?
Oh, like I said, I would have flipped it. And anything over the $30 that I said, we're going another trip to New Orleans.
Let's go. I think you went 3-0.
Actually, Sonny. We would go to Nashville.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. I think you went 3-0 on skip and flip.
Yeah.
So you did pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right, Sonny. So we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah.
Again, if you have not already subscribed to Sonny's channel, make sure you do so. All of these links are down in the description below. So, Sonny, I wanted to ask you about your time in the military, because if you didn't know, Sonny he's a veteran. He served, I believe, in the Army. Is that correct, Sonny?
Yeah, active Army from 99 to 2011.
That's crazy. So could you tell us a little bit about, the journey from transitioning to the military to what you're doing now as a full-time reseller? How did that even happen? Because I know most
Bills.
people that are in active military, they're in it like they're lifers,
Well, I witnessed a lot of people going like I did, not knowing what they wanted to do in life. And the easy thing, like me, I wanted to get away at the time due to drugs that I was into and family was into. And I saw family in war situations. I was like, I don't want to be like that. I need to get away. And like I told other people about this story, is like the military has more drugs than you could even imagine. So it's more of just you yourself being disciplined enough. So when I joined the military, I was looking at it as like, okay, I got a job. This is easy. I could shoot really good. I'm like, I wouldn't say I'm alpha male, but I am like physically, if I wanted to be in shape, like I am one of the best. And always was in my company, always top notch and pretty much everything. And when I got out the military though, it nothing relates from the military to what I'm doing now. It's more of the way I want to live. Easier, relax. I don't want to walk around my chest out. I want to walk around my chest just relax and my shoulders down. I don't want to deal with nonsense. I just want to enjoy life and enjoy the people around me that I come across. And I hope that I aspire that to be comfortable within your own skin, because I do have issues, like I tell people. And I know I joke around with it lightly, but it takes a lot for somebody to say, like, hey, I do have issues, and I am a reseller. And that's another thing. Resellers are not just resellers, we carry many titles. And being a full time reseller now, I'm learning a lot about what it took to be a stay at home, or not even a stay at home, just to take care of home. Because my wife's a nurse and she works hard 12-hour shifts, and she would still come home, cook, and take care of the house. And
Dang.
when I started doing it when I was a full time reseller for like a day or two, I tried cleaning, and my wife's like, "You didn't clean this part," and I was like, "Babe, like I tried, like it's freaking hard." She was like, "Babe, you've only done it one day. I've been doing it for like 10 years." And I'm just like, what a douchebag. So those are the things, like, when you talk about and go through it yourself, you're like, wait, this, what I'm going through isn't hard. I need to get myself together. And that's one thing I do like about numbers. And what I say right now, and I say to my lives and to other people, I like to see that people are larger than me in numbers and success, because that tells me I have a lot more that I could grow. And I'm very happy with the way that I'm going. And I like to bring in what you're doing, you and Dustin, bring people on my show. So that way, it helps the community and us as individuals in whatever we want to do, because it does help, being nice, sharing a smile, sharing a tip to help you find something that you would have probably passed up on your own goals. Like, it goes a long way, more than people realize. It's not just what sold videos. Like, it's a life changer.
Mm-hmm. Now, what made you get out of the military, Sonny? Was it just
It became too negative. Became too negative. Like, my previous job is just, you see the same people and they complain, and you start to say to yourself, like, oh, look at this manager, I could do better. And people don't. And as I got better, other people were like, oh, you're just like them. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm the same person. They just look at you because you're carrying this title now. It's just like, people have the same opportunities. The only thing is, some people are content and just want to bicker and complain. And I'm not one about complaining like that. I want to do good. I want to see good. And that's what I look in other people. Somebody tells me their dream or ideas, and like the van, then it's like, I look forward to that van and I'll bring it up, when that time comes across in live chats. Like, that's just the way I am. I want to see people do what they want to do. And for the most part, it comes with morals and being positive and nothing bad. So
nice, man. That's a lot. We have Jen's Multiverse. It just jumped on.
What's
Good to
up,
see you,
Jen?
Jen? That's a great name. You think there's some sort of alternate reality where, I don't know, like the reseller multiverse, where there actually is like Sonny, instead of being an ex-military, was Backstreet Boy member,
Backseat Boy.
something like that.
I was the sixth member that got rejected before
Exactly.
even
Yeah.
making it.
So, Sonny, so your story it's a very interesting story, and I know that you've talked about it, numerous times on your lives, and expanded on that. but you said that you were just tired of the negativity of work. So from you retiring from the military, you went into transitioned into working security at casinos. Is that correct?
Kind of, besides 2 jobs in between those. So after I
Okay.
got out the military, I ended up going to college. Well, 3 things. I ended up going to college for digital media. I ended up getting an associate's degree in digital media, 2D animation, illustration, videography, things of those sorts of digital media. And then I ended up moving here to Vegas in 2015, became a kickboxing instructor, got into
Oh,
it with my
wow.
general manager, and then went to the post office. I was there for 11 months. I said, "Hey, it's been over 90 days. When am I going to get my full time?" They said, "Maybe 3 years." And I said, "Deuces." Then after that, I was a reseller for 6 months at home, figuring things out. And then after that 6 months, my wife was like, "Hey, you need to work." So I was like, "Okay, like let me go to work because it's pretty hard right now." So during that time of working at the Wynn Casino, the only 5-star hotel and resort here in Las Vegas, I started at the bottom, from regular security, floor security, to bike security, to armed security. And by the time I was getting tired of it at the end, it was just I knew I could do more. And it wasn't so much that it was a challenge, it's just that dealing with people was not a challenge you want to go through. That's not improving my life. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna leave. And I called it one day, and I called up my manager and said, "Yo, where you at? I'm on lunch break." He was like, "Where are you at?" I was like, "Where are you at?" And he was just like, "Oh, I'll see you." And I was like, "All right, I'll be in the office." So I was like, "Hey man, I'm done. I'm out of here." He's just like, "I wish you would have told me, because I would have changed my schedule for everybody." And I was like, "Hey, you don't even care what's going on. That even validates my decision to leave." So I ended up leaving right there and then, and told my wife like, "Hey, I'm done. I'm bouncing. I'm gonna do this full time." And I've had the numbers to do it. It wasn't just because other people are resellers I could do it. I was doing it for years and knew that I could
Mhm.
financially make it and still be comfortable living at home and not living paycheck to paycheck.
Okay. That's nice. So you were done with the casino, and you were doing reselling on the side, right? Did you have just that thought process to where if I quit, I can just do reselling full time, or was it just kind of like an afterthought?
Well, when I wasn't thinking of it that way at first. At first, it was just let me do something to where I'm not bumping heads with my wife because of financial problems, and that's one of the
Yeah.
worst things in a relationship is finances. And when I started making money, it was just like, okay, it started moving away from bumping heads and like, "Hey, what do you want to eat? I got this," And it was just like, oh, and I'm also saving after a while because I was spending money. That was a bad habit at first. Thank you, Jennifer, and I hope to see Jennifer too. She's out over there in Texas. Hope to see her when I go down. Also, AR Edwards Vintage Flips. Hope to see them as well. And I was just, the more I was reselling and coming across items, like buying things for $3, selling it for 100, buying things for $9, selling it for 475. Like I was like, I could do this. And after months of going on, I was telling my wife, like, let me do this. She was like, "Well, if you make, say, 4,000 a month, you could do it." I made 4,000. And she was like, "Well, if you make 6,000,
Uh-huh.
okay." After a few months, I'll make 6,000. She was like, "If you make 7," she was like, "No, you need to get your VA benefits up." And at the time I had like 15%. So I ended up, right before leaving my company, made 100%. So I get benefits from the military to retirement. Retirement money is what they call it, but
Mhm.
that definitely helped. And even then, so of showing proof time after time, my wife is just one of them people that are hard workers, and she wants that security of like, hey, the job, you get paid every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And that's when I made full time and said, "No, I'm doing this." She was just like, okay, after a while. Now she talks to other people like, "Yes, Sonny's doing really good." And I'm like, "Whew, thank you, Jesus." Not the alcohol, because she's sober right now.
Yeah.
You know.
That's crazy. So so there was a little bit of a weird, like, I wouldn't say butting heads, but like the discussion that you had with your wife about full-time reselling. I guess it sounded like it was a little bit rocky at first, but then now she's saying how well
Oh,
you're
now it's a
doing.
lot better. Yeah, because she would tell me it's not a real job, and I'm like, "Well, look at the money I'm making." And I would tell her, "I'm making more money even part-time as a reseller than I was at work. I was making just as much or more. I was like, look, I know if I leave work, of course, that's like $2,000 every 2 weeks I'm not making. But I know if I apply that time at work to reselling, I could cover that. And regardless, even if I didn't, I make enough to save just a little bit and have money on the side. But I want more money on the side to be comfortable, to get out. And we've been traveling ever since. And that's another thing I told her when I left. She was like, hey, let's go on vacation here. We went. I was like, look, I would have to bid on vacation days, and somebody above me, because I was at the bottom of the totem pole, could come and swoop on my days. And now we don't have to worry about anything like that. It's just when she's free, hey, we're going. I don't have excuses like, no, I got to list stuff. Like, I got to figure that out on my own. And that's another thing about reselling. Like, you have to figure it out, and you can't make excuses of, oh, this is my job and I'm doing these hours. Like, no, you got to do family first. And when you can squeeze it in, you do it. And it's random times for me throughout the day.
That's good, man. So what is that? I know the transition from you working full-time, quote unquote, on your real job, and then going to full-time reselling, like, just that time management, like, how was that transition for you? Like,
it was weird at first.
Are you a very, I know being in the military, I'm sure you're a very disciplined person. Like, do you use
for the most part?
Well, do you use some of that discipline into your reselling? Like, okay,
No,
today I'm going to do this. What does a day in the life of Sonny the reseller look like?
A day in the life, I wake up. I'm probably on my phone before I even get out of bed for about 30 minutes, depending on when to wake up, because I wake up at random times of the day. I have a bad sleeping disorder. And if I wake up early enough, you might see me on Larry's channel, on Victoria's or Johnny's or anybody else. I'm catching up on people that I didn't see their videos popping up for the alerts and showing my love. That's usually the first thing. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to go on the toilet for about an hour until my feet fall asleep, and then my legs. And then I'm like, okay, how am I going to manage to the sink, brush my teeth, wash my face, like manage my beautiful long hair. And then I'm like, okay, what do I got to eat? I'm going to go to the gym after that. So maybe I shouldn't eat, or should I eat? What time is my wife going to get home? Around 8:30. Too late. I'm going to start cooking some spam and rice. I want tortillas. She might just want the rice. So I'm like, okay. And then after that, I just figured out along the way with reselling or gym and what she wants to do. She just left earlier too. This place called Oja Japanese Steakhouse. She was like, hey, we're leaving without you. And I was just like, cool with me. But
oh man, I'm sorry, man.
No, not at all. Not at all. It's just down the road. And she works at night. She loves to work grave shifts, and I could sleep and do whatever I want being a full-time reseller. There's no really time to like, I need to sleep or something like that. I'll fall asleep when I fall asleep.
Okay. So you don't have a set, like, I'm going to list 20 things today. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go, like, you're just like flying from the seat of your pants. It sounds like you're Sonny.
But it's not flying. For me, it's just like casual. It's just like, okay, I'm going to go list some stuff. And I used to think of listing as in numbers, like I'm going to list 20 items. And now, because I'm able to source better and have more time to look at things and I'm not crammed about it, rushing, I'm finding quality items. I'm able to research items off of YouTube from other resellers like yourself and an abundance amount of people that I follow on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and who knows where else, Facebook. And I'm able to find more valuable items, less quantity than as I was part-time buying a bunch of stuff and trying to make that work. It's just smarter now because I have the time to not be rushed.
That's smart. Okay, man. Well, it seems like you got it going on, Sonny, with at least your time. Man, I'm not a good, I couldn't do what you do. Like, I got to write down, like, this is my schedule for the week. Like, I got to stick to it or else it's crazy. There you go. You got it. You know what's going on. Dustin.
That's mine.
No, I like I said earlier, I'm horrible at remembering stuff. And I knew to have a notepad all the time and it'll help me. And I just now got on meds like a couple of months ago, and that's helped me relax a lot more and remember and not be so forgetful, having PTSD, anxiety, and all this other stuff I got going on with me. But I would see Shay all the time. she would always have her notepad and say, yeah, I'm writing down my stuff. And I was like, you know what? I need to do that. So that actually encouraged me to follow up. And ever since then, I've been doing the same thing, is just taking notes. I look at it. I was like, okay, if I didn't knock it out, at least I knew the next day, because I didn't mark it out. Like, I got to catch up with that, you know, and not like, what was I trying to do? Because it's a lot of stuff.
Nice. That's good, man. That's good.
Disciplined.
Yeah, let me catch up on the chat here. Jen wants me to ask you if you know about the human fun.
No.
It's a Seinfeld reference. She saw my shirt, so it's a Seinfeld reference.
Jerry.
So Real Squirrel, she says, way to go, Sonny, from you quitting your job, I believe. And let's see here. We have Perlini, and we have, I don't think I said hi to Lilac Seller. Am I saying that right? Lilac Center?
Yeah.
Seller.
Maybe Lilac?
No, I think it's Lilac.
Lilac? All right. I'm not English is my second language, so if I said that wrong, Lilac, please let me know. So here we go. Perlini says, reselling is a job, hard work. Cha-Ching King says, reselling is easy except for all of the work. That's a great way to put it. Reselling, you have to keep up with a lot. You sure do. Let's see here. I'm sure that's anywhere you're working for yourself, you have to keep up with a lot. The time management is always a struggle for me. So Sonny, discipline? Question mark.
I'm getting better. So, I'm a work in progress.
Oh man, Krillin, you crazy. This comment right here. So
my wife cut that off the day I said I do. So
there you go.
Jokes on you, jokes on me, Bobby.
There you go. Golf Coach Pickers, what's going on? Good to see you guys. And there we go. Our boy, the real rock boss, just come home from work to see all the. Are you working? Are you working now? Let me know.
He's been on fire.
He's
always on fire. I was supposed to have him on one of my lives, but then something happened. So hopefully in the future, near future.
Yeah, in the future for sure. So
get him on and just do all four of us.
I'll do that, even if it's on yours. It doesn't have to be mine.
It can be on yours.
Yeah, no, it don't matter.
Whatever the case. So Sonny, so we talk about your time management and you writing stuff down, goals, if you will. What are some of the goals that Sonny has planned for the near future, if not the distant future? Personal goals, reselling goals. What are some of Sonny Las Vegas's goals?
One of my big goals right now is to reach 4,000 watch hours to get monetized. That's one of them.
You got to be close
when you're a YouTuber, and starting out, and you figure out what you want to do, and that's what I'm going towards. I'm like 1,000 hours short. But I got my first step with the 1,000 subs, thanks to everybody who's been supportive, as well as you two. And it's been good. It's been fun. Although I need 1,000 hours, I'm not butthurt about it. Like I'm enjoying the ride. And the second goal would be I want to pay off my truck, and that would be an extra $700 in my pocket, because I pay extra trying to knock it out.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So that extra $700 could be hey, babe, savings. Like whatever ticket's coming up, 700 times 12, a month, a year, 12 months in a year. That's huge money to save. And then if I could do that, pay off her car right away, and then that's an extra $400. And that's $1,200. That's huge to save monthly.
Yeah, that's huge, man. What is Dustin? If you had to guess what kind of truck Sonny drives, what would you guess? Ooh. Is he like a Tacoma guy? Is he a Ram guy? Is he a
I hope he's a Ford guy. I hope he's a Ford guy.
My man, Dustin.
Ford
F-150?
F-150?
F-150 XLT.
Let's go. We both have F-150.
Go.
I got
F-150 Club right here.
The 2015 F-150 XLT with the moon roof.
The moon. Ooh.
Yeah. I told my wife, it was pretty cheesy. I said, I can't give you the world like I promised, but I could give you the moon. And every time I do that, I open up
the top. This guy.
Love
this guy. That's hilarious. Hey, Cha-Ching guessed right. F-150.
Yeah.
They're just nice, man. God. You know what I mean? They're just nice. I think that's the best truck on the market, but I'm biased. But Wiki Pig says, glad you told your story, Sunday. We definitely need to do a live together with both of you guys. Seem to be fellow vets. So yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I reached out to WikiPix on TikTok a while back. That's when I started doing lives and stuff. And I actually got away from TikTok for a while. And I think maybe 2-3 days now that I've been doing videos. And people were like, hey, welcome back. The Mexican Picker was one. He was like, welcome back. And then I had another one, Kerosene, who I had a live on mine. When I did that 12-hour live, it was meant to be 24 hours. I was like, I can't do 24-hour live. And he's one. He was like, dude, welcome back. So
it is weird. TikTok's weird, man, because it's like I don't know. I think it's starting to push more like smaller people.
Gen Z people.
Dude, we can't get like we used to get like 1,000 people a day, new followers. We're happy to get 2 now. It's the weirdest thing.
Right? We're too old.
I guess that's what it is. I don't know what's going on. So Cha-Ching King says he has a 2005 F-150 with only 82,000 miles.
Jeez.
That's amazing.
I just got like 60,000 miles in a year by myself.
That's amazing right there.
That's impressive. I'll take that 05 all day.
Yeah, we got a Chevy truck all day. We got some diesels in here. Rams? Oh, come on now.
Does that thing got a Hemi?
He says diesel.
I'll take a diesel. I do want to.
Do they have a small horn though? Just asking for a friend.
Small horn. Sounds like a clown car. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. So, did we get to your goals? You want to reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube?
No, I got 1,000. I need to reach 1,000 more watch hours.
Yeah. So, what about
maintain? I can't just get it and then nothing after that.
Yeah. So, what about personal, Sonny?
Personal, I've been exercising a lot. I was doing cardio. I think last month I probably did like over 100 miles running, and that's not walking or cycling or elliptical. I ran like 100 miles. I didn't lose any weight, but I've been slimming down. And then this month, this week, I would say back from New Orleans, I've been hitting the weights pretty good. I was staying away from weights because I just want to get my run down. I feel a lot better and flexible. And just trying to get back in shape. I used to be a beast, and I feel like if you were ever one way, you could get back to there again for the most part. And that's what I'm working on. I would say personal was my fitness and appearance. I'm very self-conscious about myself.
Really?
So, yeah.
Oh man. I guess we all
cardio, weights and cardio all day. That's where it's at.
Sonny, you said you were a kickboxing instructor at a time. Yeah. How did you get into that?
It was funny because at the time when I moved here from Las Vegas, I was 255 pounds, and my wife's cousin was a kickboxing instructor, and she was like, "Hey, I could get you a job," and I was like, ain't nobody else hiring me. Everything's like all casino, and I actually just got finished with being interviewed, and the person was like, "Hey, congrats, you got a job. You're gonna get paid $11.50, but you got to buy your belt, your equipment, your uniform." Oh. And as I was like, fine, I got a job. That's all I was thinking, because it was like several months I wasn't getting hired, and I was too overqualified, is what most people were saying. And for the digital media jobs, it was $11 an hour, but they wanted me to be the whole company. It's like too much for me. So as I got finished with this casino interview, as I walked out the door, got on the road to my wife, she was like, "How'd you do?" I was like, "I got the job." Phone rings. They're like, "Hey, we heard you're interested. How would you like the job?" I said, "What's the pay?" They're like $16.25. I said, "I'm there." And then when I showed up, they're like, that's funny because something I said earlier, the general manager was like, "Why should I hire you?" And I was like, "Because I'm pretty awesomeness." And she was like, "Oh, okay, next person." And I was like, nailed it. And they hired me. That's all I said in my interview. And then it's pretty much it. And I became a kickboxing instructor. I trained for months and then was instructing.
Wow. So you think you still got it?
Yeah, I still got my roundhouses and my punches. Yeah.
You gotta show me how to get. I'm trying to get my roundhouse kick higher.
Stretch.
Really?
Stretch.
Yoga, right?
Yeah.
Hot
and then
yoga.
you got to relax. A lot of times, it's also the way you pivot your foot. If you're gonna do a roundhouse, a lot of people say if you kick with your right foot, a lot of people with their left foot step straight towards like Dustin, like the center of you. When you got to step to the left outside of them,
Step off center.
pivot your heel, relax, and you do got to lean over. Unless you just have really good hip flexors that are loose, then you could kick up higher. But
and then I'm working on getting my hip over better on my left side roundhouse kick. I'm having issues with that too. So
my hips are pretty loose, so I could.
You got some good hips, Dustin?
Oh yeah,
it's all on the hips, baby.
You do the Van Damme, Johnny Cage, splits.
Yeah. Perlini says that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Overqualified makes no sense. It doesn't.
I heard it a lot of times in Hawaii too when I was there. I wouldn't get hired.
That's crazy. All right, so last question of the day.
Sonny, question.
Thank you so much for coming on. We're approaching we're at 2 hours.
We are.
Usually it's an hour. So we're just having too much fun. Dustin's got,
I still haven't showed off the replica Mario yet, but here.
Show us, Dustin.
Make them big.
What's the big giveaway about the replica Mario?
Hey, make it big, Ray.
Is that too much blue?
The sticker I feel like is off. It's definitely off.
Yeah, it's definitely off.
The face is a little too yellow for me.
I'm colorblind, so.
And here's the back.
It just stands out to me.
But the key, I don't know if it can get in.
Is not screw.
It's screw, but the eye. Nintendo is round.
It needs to be square.
Yep.
Rectangle. Or yeah.
That's the main way you can tell they're fake. But it is a reproduction. I got it at Give Me 5. I'm keeping it for myself in case I come across an N64.
Yeah. Oh, that's me.
Yeah. That's the main thing.
That's us.
If it has a circle eye, it's fake.
Good to know.
Okay, nice. There you go. I could probably run a short distance if someone was chasing me. So what's the furthest you've ever ran, Sonny, in one
12 miles.
Whew.
That's probably because when I was in the military back in Louisiana, Fort Polk, ran 12 miles with probably around 80 pounds of weight on me in an hour and 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Laughter and hope. Good to see you. Good tip on the game. Thanks. There you go. So, Sonny, we're talking about tips here. These tips. What's Sonny's tips?
Not my dog tip, but a tip. Okay.
That's true. Yeah. Tip for an experienced reseller and a tip for a rookie, if you will, reseller. Someone that's looking to get into the game, if you will.
Let's start with the rookie. I would say don't compare yourself to other people because everything that's out there is random for you compared to somebody else. Some of the things are similar and it does help you source. Follow people, ask questions, and when you're looking at stuff, buy things within your budget and look at comps. Don't just look at what's listed because that misled me in the very beginning. And believe in yourself, have a plan and believe in it even when people don't. Like I said earlier, my wife's like, this ain't a real job. And now she's like, hey, we just got back from New Orleans, right? We're going to Texas, and that's not a big time frame of a gap for vacations. And we haven't done that yet. And she was like, hey, you want to get your passport? We go on a cruise. Like, you could live the way you want to if you work for it. And that's one thing I changed when I was a reseller and a husband, I would say too, or more than anything, a husband is I stopped asking for help and started being the answer to what I needed. And that's just applying myself. And that's by listening to other people too, real people, not just people that were giving you advice that's not doing what you're doing.
Okay. Well, there you go. There you go, guys. So those are Sonny's tips. And Sonny, thank you so much, man, for coming on. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for making time. Thank you for missing the Japanese steakhouse. That sounds delicious.
Oh, I'm good. Alcohol over food any day.
Huh? Oh, hey, there you go.
Still want that Tennessee honey, though. Man, I'm kind of jealous.
We'll get some for you, Dustin.
It's really good.
Can you do a Stone Cold impersonation, Sonny?
Oh, hell yeah.
There you go.
Other than that.
Dude, it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy over here. All right, guys. So again, if you have not followed Sonny, make sure to follow him on all of his socials. They're listed down in the description below. And like always, Sonny, thank you so much for coming on. We do appreciate it. You know, he's got live shows going on. Make sure you check those out. Check him out on Instagram and on TikTok, Twitter. What's going on in the Twitter world?
Oh, I like Twitter. I've been getting on it because it's just slightly different. I'm making sure my platforms are different than the same of I got something, I put a video. I am making it different, and it's not hard at all. That's one thing I've been telling myself lately is like, if you're going to have different platforms, be different slightly and try to reach different people to help me grow, and also reach people that I may help give advice to or introduce somebody to them that could help them as well. And yeah, I'm going to be on again live Wednesday, actually. Adam Exploits. He's going to be one, I believe, Wednesday. And then Thursday, Scott Cha-Ching King is going to be on our live Thursday. And I'm going to have Jimmy on there as well, who's been a great addition. I asked him, who I've been following for years. I think we kind of started somewhat the same time on YouTube. And it's just been great having them in really good flow. And yeah, I hope what I do helps people, because I know what other people do helps me. And that's all I want to do is just reflect the success that I've been able to get from other people.
Nice.
Make life easier.
All right. Well, there you have it, guys. And like always, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, both Sonny's and ourselves, if you haven't already, the Nashville Flippers, and subscribe to the podcast This Week in Reselling everywhere you listen to podcasts. Yes, sir.
Didn't you have a t-shirt you want to talk about?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. Not yet.
Let's play that video one more time, though.
Huh? We can't play the video unless someone
we should do it anyway.
Chat. Huh?
Just do it to end it.
Which one?
The thrifting one. Come on, or either one.
I can't do it. Next time, someone has to drop a super chat. So thank you so much, guys. We appreciate it. Like always, my name is Ray.
Oh yeah, my name's Dustin.
Oh yeah, my name's Pedro.
Try to do my Macho Man impersonation.
And we will catch you guys on the flip side. Take care and God bless.